Hello everyone and welcome to this audio podcast. As part of a ZtormLabostix production. In this audio podcast, there will there will be a look at a sort of a an overview of diff of in on several sort of publications. Several publications by investigator and investigator and investigator Mohammed and team, where the works have been in collaboration, where publications are in collaborations and on behalf of two social media platforms, the Renal Patient Support Group, the RPSG, and the kidney disease and renal support or KDARs group for kids. The publications in on as part of this audio podcast overview. This audio podcast overview, or this synopsis, is where the publications look at the publications in on as part of this as part of sort of as part of as part of the journal, as part of ZtormLabostix Productions, as part of the journal, as part of the journal, as sort of audio podcast. And there will be a look at publications by publications. So, for example, I look at sort of the research gap and research approach. Look at a research question and sort of the strength and limitations in and as part of publications and sort of research posters. So, for example, looking at works by Mohammed and team from 2014, the Renal Patient Support Group, the RPSG, and supporting patients with chronic kidney disease or CKD through social media. A look at an initiative publication and in on the literature in around the literature on publication by Mohammed and team from 2015, the Lord Mayor of Bristol's blood and organ or solid organ transplantation campaign and initiative, and then a look at publication. Original research by Mohammed and team from 2016, looking at coping in young people with chronic kidney disease (CKD), and then looking at an article publication looking at works by Mohammed and team in around 2016, looking at can social media reduce discrimination and ignorance towards patients with long-standing or long-term condition, and using CKD or chronic kidney disease as a basis. The publication is an article publication, and wherein there is a look at the literature, and then a look at a poster, a research poster in works by Mohammed and Hussein from 2016, looking at issues in CKD or chronic kidney disease terminology, and where a research poster had been presented at an international pediatric nephrology symposia in around 2016, and then a look at a literature review and sort of an article publication in around service evaluation for young people with kidney disease, a publication by Mohammed and team from 2018, and then a look at a publication, a research publication by a research publication from 2020 from by Mohammed and team from 2020, looking at is there a need for healthcare scientists and educational support surrounding CKD, chronic kidney disease, and laboratory investigations and tests, and summarizing polls via a patient support group platform, and then looking at an article publication and looking at the literature in around a publication by Mohammed and team in around 2021. 2021, looking at education empowerment and practice excellence, a practice review, and then looking at a publication by Mohammed in around 2020, and where the publication forms a systematic review, a systematic review, and then a look at our publication, some further original research looking at our publication by Mohammed and team in 2023, and looking at educational support surrounding chronic kidney disease, and where the publication forms a sort of an inquiry, and then a publication, another research publication looking at works by Mohammed and team from 2024, by Mohammed and team in 2024, and looking at understanding education for healthcare service users aligned to social media platforms, So in on this audio podcast, that was just an overview or a synopsis as part of the journal, audio podcast, as part of the journal, and as part of a ZtormLabostix production.